In this segment, guys, you're going to go through equations. Okay. Still applying the concept of irrational and rational. How do we operate these numbers on the equations? Okay. Let's have a look. Firstly, we have this thing. We say square root of 9 is equal to 3. Guys, I say, what is square root of 9? The answer is 3. I know that you guys, you tend to say plus or minus 3. No, that is not right. Square root of a number is always a positive root all the time. So, we're saying square root of 9 is 3. But it's not plus or minus 3. Guys, but if I have this, x squared is equal to 9, yes, you're welcome. Bring that answer now. Because plus or minus 3 is the technique we're using on the equation. You must have the variable squared equals a number. Then in that way, the technique we're using, we say the square root of that number is plus or minus, only on the equation. Be careful. Then with this sum here, you're going to say x is now square root of 9, which is going to be plus or minus. You're welcome because of this equation thing. Then we're saying x is now plus or minus 3. Okay, moving to this, back to this, guys. Square root of 9, you know that gives you 3. Okay, don't forget to, don't just leave your answer here. We go like square root of 3 coming back, which is 3. I think that is easy. Right, example 1. Solve the following equations. Which equations? Oh, we have this. You see, this is quadratic. It's up to you. Start by dividing 2 throughout or take 10 across. Okay, what I did, I took 10 across. Now I can divide by 2. It's up to you. Divide by 2 first or take this number across first. It's a choice. But x squared is equal to 5. Don't say, guys, you have x squared equals 5. Some people will say, okay, 5, but what is the square root of 5? Because it's irrational. It's going to be irrational number. Then they say, this sum is not possible. It is possible. Just leave your answer in set form. Now we're talking of set form. Have a look. Square root of 5 is plus or minus square root of 5. Now we know that this is rational. It's real and irrational. Cannot be rational because the square root of that is decimal. Good. Now, looking at the second equation, x into x minus 2 is equal to 2. Remove your brackets, guys. Easy stuff. You have this chain of terms. We know that it is quadratic equations. Do we try brackets? Try it and see if it works. It may not work. Then we come to what we call quadratic formula. Very important. We give this to you on the formula sheet. It's a matter of identify which one is A. A is 1 if you look at that. B is -2. C is -2. Now I'm going to list them. A is 1. B is -2. C is -2 as well. Substitution back. You substitute, plug in. I did. Substitution. A, B, C. Then they got the correct places there. Simplification. I did the inside. I got 12. The bottom part, 2 times 1 is 2. That multiplies to positive. Therefore, I have this. Look. I wrote this in simplest form. Square root of 12 gives 2 root 3. Just put it on the calculator, go equals. It will give you this. Now simplify it. When you simplify it, guys, you have this. What do you call this now? These are the roots because this is irrational number. They are real and irrational. Okay. Now, let's look at this equation, guys. Remember, denominators. We have 2 denominators, 2 over x and over x squared. Therefore, we need what you call restrictions. Tell us x cannot be equal to 0. So that when you get the answer of 0, you reject it according to the restrictions. Where do we get the restrictions? At the bottom, in the denominator. Let's have a look how to do we do that. Okay. Firstly, you identify your LCD. Already we know that x cannot be 0 because of if you put 0 there, 0 there. Those are the restrictions. But LCD first, which is x squared. Now, multiply everything by x squared. Easy stuff. Multiply everything by your LCD. What do you have? Simplifies to this. It's now quadratic again. Try your brackets. I guess you can't. Then you come to quadratic formula again. Plug in. I've shown you what is A, what is B, what is C. Do that. Plug it in and come to the inside. what do you see here? Negative 20. And then if you remember my lessons, I said square root of a negative number, therefore it's what you call non-real. Guys, I want to talk of this. Actually, we're saying this equation has no real solutions, non-real solutions, because you can still use advanced mathematics to get the solutions here. This is why we say no real solutions. Good. Now, for which values of x is the expression below non-real? Therefore, it's non-real for the inside less than 0. I talked a lot about that. Therefore, x is less than 1. It's non-real for x less than 1. Guys, I think you enjoyed this. You now know exactly how the equations work. See you.